Okay, this was our top story last night with Rob Dew doing an excellent interview. The video is up at Infowars.com. National Guard whistleblower, Doomsday preppers will be treated as terrorists. And in the other article by Melissa Melton, she goes through all the documents backing up everything that Soldier X broke down on air. Then we talked to police officers and others today about FM 3-39.40 internment and resettlement operations and civil disturbance operations, all these different Army documents we linked to, the National Defense Authorization Act, the Civilian Inmate Labor Camp Program, proving that the military is preparing to go after Americans that don't accept total tyranny and reorganization of the economy around the Maoist Great Leap Forward cultural revolution model based off of what the Soviets did, starving people out in the Ukraine and Poland. So absolutely huge situation. We've got some graphics as well that go over all these areas. But I was able to interview Soldier X as well, again, on the radio today, expanding on that. But that video is important to get out. Army told preppers are terrorists and they are to be hunted down and killed during a collapse. Well, you can't have, well, you're re-educating everybody through starvation. You can't have folks that knew what was happening dug in. They're obviously folks statistically that know your globalist takeover system. So they've got to be targeted because they're informed. Continuing, U.S.-Israel hold largest ever joint military drill. CBS News is reporting on that. All the time while tensions increase with Iran and al-Qaeda, U.S., NATO forces, Turkey-based forces, attack Syria, trying to give that country over to al-Qaeda. And a year after the murder of Muammar Gaddafi and the insertion of al-Qaeda in Libya, there's now military operations there against al-Qaeda our government put in. And we predicted that the U.S. and Israel simulated rocket attacks during the largest ever joint military drill yesterday, just as the real ones fired from Gaza exploded in southern Israel. U.S. military officials, not servants, but officials, insisted the joint exercise called Austere Challenge 2012 was planned long before the latest flare between Israel and Hamas-ruled Gaza and long-running debate over how to deal with Iran, unrelated to specific threats facing Israel. And I'm sure all the threats to attack Iran are unrelated, or the 3 aircraft carriers stacking up in the Persian Gulf. I'm sure it's all related. Be sure and drink your Diet Coke with aspartame. Be sure and eat your GMO. Be sure and take all your vaccines. And be sure and worship the government, because after all, they want to arrest evil people that are trying to prepare themselves for the economic collapse. God bless. Well, I'm not going to be sarcastic saying God bless. God bless those fighting the New World Order. I was going to say God bless the tyrants, but I'm just not even going to be sarcastic in that area. Here's a quote before we come back with some bombshell information. The Parliament of the UK is looking at investigations into giant pedophile networks through the children charities. I mean, you could take one look at the CPS workers in England and here. Just go to a family court case and watch them snatching kids. They don't take the real at-risk kids. They want your healthy child to sell off to the highest bidder after they have a little demonic fun with them. I mean, you want to look at a bunch of people that look like Jerry Sandusky crossed with this British top pedophile with the BBC, Mr. Saville. I mean, it's incredible. These people literally lick their lips when they drag kids away from their parents, and they literally look like pot-bellied versions of that man on your screen. That's not Emperor Palpatine, ladies and gentlemen. That's the BBC pervert master. So we're going to be covering these demonic people right out of hell straight ahead. But first, let me read Paul Volcker, who's announced he wants to destroy America and bring in world government. Former U.S. Federal Reserve Chair, a global economy requires a global currency. So there is your quote right there today. And I didn't even get to Paul Watson's top story today, which is so incredible. Can we pull that up and play that? He has an excerpt of it. Can we go there to Infowars.com? Folks, 2 days ago, 2.5 days ago, Tuesday night, it's Thursday night, I almost forgot about this. Ted Turner went on CNN that he created with the British intel master, who's in all this deep trouble right now. We're going to play audio of that in just a second, guys. Get it ready. And he said that it's a good thing that the troops are committing suicide. And he almost says fantastic, but he says it's good they're killing themselves. And that the UN should run everything. Yeah, the murdering criminal United Nations. So I'm glad that we're adding that to here. I mean, this is just so amazing because it's not just that he's a eugenicist who calls the public useless eaters who need to be killed and all this other stuff. It's the fact that the media and our culture is so broken that he can get up there and say it's a good thing the troops are killing themselves in record numbers, and it's not even a news issue. And it took our listeners, great people they are, 2 days to get us an email, and we reported on it, thanks to our listeners. It took 2 days for somebody to report on this. And it just shows the absolute decadence. This guy has 5 kids, and he says you shouldn't be able to have kids. This guy is a pig who talks about peace. Peace, the UN is a mass murder organization. Here is an excerpt of some of those disgusting clips.
More American servicemen are
dying now.
Suicide.
From suicide over there than are dying in combat.
I mean, that's shocking, isn't it?
Well, no, I think it's good.
Ted, what do you think America's place in the new world order should be? It's always been seen as the global policeman.
I think the global policeman should be the United Nations.
And that's a briefer excerpt. The entire thing, unedited, is linked in that story at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. So, again, we're bad because we like George Washington. We're bad because we like Second Amendment. I mean, it feels so good to be asleep in my house at night knowing I got guns. I'm not scared of robbers. You come in my house, it's like invading the Alamo or something. It's like invading a badger's nest. I mean, I've just had enough of it. And it's time to end this tyranny. All right, we're going to go to break, and we're going to go deep into the demonic rabbit hole of globalist, pedophile, satanic networks that is now breaking worldwide. You think Jerry Sandusky running a child's advocacy group of at-risk youth is bad? Get ready. But first, we're going to break down how NGOs and Agenda 21 work worldwide, how this criminal mafia of just burrowing globalists are in your area, but how the light of truth will burn these vampires to a crisp. Keep the faith, my friends. We will be right back after this quick break.
While we fight to retain our liberty, while we fight to expose globalism, we have to realize we're talking about a very powerful combination of power.
Renowned author and expert Joel Skousen breaks down the globalist plan to shut down America and stage a new world war.
In one day, America will go from day to night. And if you haven't prepared in advance, there's not enough time to prepare in 24 hours, even if you saw it that early.
Coming to the Infowar in November is our new documentary film presentation.
Strategic relocation is a systematic way to think strategically in the future about how do I safeguard.
Joel Skousen, Strategic Relocation.
The freeways are going to be crowded, they're going to run out of gasoline, they're going to run out of food, and then they're going to start to go north and south of those freeways.
Joel Skousen is renowned as one of the world's foremost experts in strategic relocation and the securing of your home.
We talk about natural disasters, the health environment, we talk about pollution, the water quality. My personal experience about being in every one of these states.
Government is digging in for the organized, incremental collapse of society and world war.
The U.S. isn't building huge underground bases and bunkers because of some terrorist threat. They know that a massive nuclear attack is coming. They want that attack to come. Most people won't even be ready and won't be able to get out of town when any of these nuclear weapons fall, because there'll be absolute panic.
There is no preparedness without strategy.
What I tell people is that you do have time. Prepare wisely in advance.
This Christmas, give the gift of preparedness. Strategic Relocation, the film, with Joel Skousen and Alex Jones.